What's going on, everyone? David here, and this is another episode of This is Daveford FC. Now, last episode, we actually had a pretty lengthy episode, watched a lot of games, had a couple cup games that we had. We had put away Crawley in one of the cups, and we also put away Wimbledon in another cup. So we've got our new opponents for the next round. We are in the quarterfinal of the Johnstone's Paint Trophy. This is a tournament between Skybet 2 and Skybet 1. And we actually got a pretty good draw. We are playing Newport County. And Newport County is actually breathing down my neck in the table. They're in Skybet 2. They are literally in second place, and they are right behind us. I mean, they're not letting up at all. So that's one of our new opponents that we had been drawn to. You can also see our youth facilities were upgraded. That's nice. It's now still the beginning to start to come to the middle-ish of October, and our new youth facilities were upgraded. That's going to be a good thing. Really good thing, actually, because we're going to request to upgrade our facilities again after the season. Great news on our goalie that we just picked up at the beginning of the season, Charlie Horton. We actually picked up the rights to him for $135,000. Very pricey for a Skybet 2 team, but I mean it is literally paying dividends already. We picked him up. He was 3 or 4 star rated, and that's if you go by the ratings. I like to look at them to gauge their progression to see if they are actually their skills actually meeting their maximum potential. And we got him when he was 3 or 4 stars. We've had him on training, all of that stuff. We've got him a tutor, and I mean seriously, guys, he's now 4 or 4 stars. I mean, this is a great progress report on Charlie Horton. So our 23-year-old goalkeeper, he just had a birthday a couple weeks ago. We took him to the strip bar and stuff. I mean, there's a couple. I mean, I can't tell you what happened, but Charlie had a good time, to say the least. And anyways, his skill has progressed. He's reached his maximum potential, and now let's see if seeing that he is still young, let's see if his maximum potential can even increase even more. And let's see, our last opponent, we are in this is for the first round of the FA Cup. We got a very, very, very lucky draw in the first round. We are playing Cambridge United. They are also in our league, Skybet 2. And I think they're sitting in like 13th or 14th place right now. So I really feel confident about moving past the first round in the FA Cup. So the Johnstone Trophy, the quarterfinal that we're in against Newport United, I'm a little bit more worried about this game because Newport has just been on a tear lately, and they're literally sitting 1 point behind us in second place. We've actually dropped quite a few points lately. We've had a pretty bad streak of games. So let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule. Where we left off, folks, was our very nice 3-2 win over AFC Wimbledon. We had a couple days later, we had just about 4 days rest. We played Wycombe. We played them away. And the stats for that game were pretty good. We had Courtney Cameron at a 9. He was player of the match. We, dominated possession at 58%. We had 2 yellow cards, which were Joe Perry and Tom Gardner. Joe Perry actually was he's on my under 21 team, and I had 3 suspensions, and holy cow, I needed a defender really quick, so I had to pull one off of my 21s. Joe, he did a great job. His debut for the team, he had an assist and he had an 8 rating. So, I mean, it was great. His mom and dad were in the stands. I mean, his mom was crying. She had her big hat on. It was a good day for Joe. So, rest of the stats: Courtney Cameron had a goal. He had 2 assists. Sheringham, Southwell, they had goals. It was a great game. We won 2-3. Although they did come back there towards the end and score a couple late goals, so that was a little worrisome. Now next on October 14th, we played Southend. We were at home at the Dungeon. It was a very very convincing 5-3 win. We had 54% possession. We had 2 yellow cards, Belbaghi and Cameron. The player of the match was Matty Taylor. That was nice to see Matty Taylor. That was his first player of the match of the year, I believe. The scores were really good. We had barely any low rating. Excuse me for burping. I'm drinking soda too. So goals, we had Belbaghi had 1, Southwell had 1, Matty Taylor had 3 goals. He had a hat trick. Everybody was throwing their sombreros and stuff like that onto the field. It was pretty nice. Pitch. I said field. Oops. Sorry, Euros. Courtney Cameron, he had an assist. Byron, he had an assist. Williams had an assist. Gale had an assist. It was definitely a great night for the team. Next, we went away to Dagon Red. It was another derby. It was on October 17th. The squad just doesn't. They don't get very motivated for the derbies. I mean, we're losing every goddamn derby that we have. So we lost this one 2-0. We had 2 yellow cards. Slade was booked. Lewis was booked. We had 51% possession, and everybody's ratings were in the shitter. Now, I also want to mention that Belbaghi and Arango had gone off to international duty again. And, this is the second time this season that they've gone and come back. And these guys keep coming back tired. And by the time I get them rested up, I rest them for like 2 weeks. So I'm losing them for 3 to 4 games. And when they, as soon as they're ready to play again, they get called up for international duty. So I don't know what the hell is going on over there in Sierra Leone and Colombia, but I don't know what kind of conditioning regiment that they're on, because it is ridiculous. Every time that they go on international duty for 2 games, they come back just trashed. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just a big fucking party over there in those countries or what, but I'm not getting the full usage that I need to be getting out of Belbaghi and out of Arango. It's just pretty crazy. Next game we had on October 21st. We played Blackpool at home. It was a 2-2 draw, and in fact they came back and tied it up in the second half. We had 2 cards, Liam Slade, Tom Gardner. We had 56% possession. The man of the match was Dale Southwell. He had a very good rating, 8.8. He had 2 goals. Arango and Belbaghi finally, after being rested, in fact I played them, and then I think I had to rest them again or something like that. So and then we played Ackerkin next on the 28th of October. And so that was their rest. Belbaghi actually had player of the match. We had 2 yellow cards. Slade, Belbaghi was booked. Ackerkin, they were just hacking the shit out of us all night. They had 5 yellows and a red, so 6 total cards. It was pretty crazy. We had Belbaghi had a goal, and let's see, I think they had an own goal. So we had 2 assists, Slade and Williams. That's pretty much all of the games that we've had. And now it is November 5th, as you can see in the top right-hand corner, and it is time to play Cambridge University in our first round FA Cup game. We're going for this. I mean, we just had a game a week ago. We are fully rested, so let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup for today's game. Okay, so the lineup for Cambridge University has definitely changed from our typical 4-4-2 tactic that we run. We are now going to run a 4-4-1-1, and we've got a couple injuries. It was actually a couple games ago. We lost both Sheringham and Matty Taylor in the same game. Very unfortunate to lose 2 strikers. Sheringham, he basically has a foot injury. He'll be out for another 1 to 4 days, and that was a couple weeks ago. We also have Matty Taylor with a knee injury. Thank goodness it was the minimal type of knee injury. It was a 4-week twisted knee. As soon as I saw the knee injury, the first thing that came to my mind was 8 to 10 months cruciate ligament damage, and I'm going, great. Now I really have to sign a super expensive striker. So Matty Taylor's had a pretty good year. Sheringham's had a really good year, and it really sucks. But hey, that's football. We've got a couple injuries. We have to deal with it. I'm not going to play the young kid from the 18s. I'm not going to play Ogbu. We're going to go ahead and take advantage of John Arango's attacking midfielding, advanced playmaker role that he can play. And we're going to play him to link the midfield and our striker. We're going to run Dale Southwell, striker position. John Arango, we're going to run here, attacking midfield. Now in the middle, we've got plenty of midfielders, which is a good thing. We're going to run Courtney Cameron. He's got the hot hand. I mean, he's an assist machine this year. We're going to run him on the left. Bell Baggy, we're going to run him on the right. He's having a good year as well. In the middle, we're going to run Byron Lawrence and Stuart Lewis. In the back, our line is pretty much the same as it's been all year. We've got Benham Williams on the left. We've got Gardner and Slade in the middle. And we've got Gale on the right. Okay, now for bench players today. We've got Legs. He's finally back from injury as well. He's on the bench. He's our backup goalie. Our backup defenders for today's game are Fraser Franks, Callum Driver, and Rod McDonald. We have Lewis Montrose. He's back from injury as well. He was out for almost 2 months because of a knee injury. He's back into the lineup. He's our midfielding backup. And then we've got Anthony Cook. He can play both wings, and he can also strike in a pinch. So he's not the best striker, but he would do, and he would be able to play a striking role. All right, so that's pretty much the lineup. Let's go ahead and let's hit the pitch. Okay, everyone, so the teams have taken the pitch. The teams have warmed up. The pundits believe that Cambridge University are going to oust Daveford FC out of the first round of the FA Cup. So we're going to have to see. Daveford FC has been on a bad run lately, but I really believe that they're going to really dig down deep and put in a good performance today, and hopefully get a good result. So we're going to go ahead and start the game. Daveford FC does have the ball first. So Slade has the ball, kicks it over to Gale. Arango, Southwell, Cameron on the left. Cameron goes to wing it, and it's kicked out for a corner. Lawrence takes the corner, lobs it in, beautiful, and Slade is fouled. Slade commits a foul, and it's a goal kick. Obica for Cambridge is pushing it down into the middle with Newton, back to Barry. Barry and Obica, wide open Newton, great stop by Horton. Nice block by Williams, gets it out to Southwell on the left. Back to Cameron, Arango in the middle, and we are going to wait for a key play. So it looks like Daveford's got a 55% possession, so they're definitely winning that battle up to 62%. Looks like Charlie Horton's having a really good game with a decent 7.0 rating. 16 minutes are into the game. Cambridge has got one shot on target, and it looks like Cambridge has a key play, which is into Revel. And Obica into the box as he's making moves. Chopped down by Williams. Great block. Southwell pushing down the left. Coming over to the middle. Nice dribbling skills. He shoots it, and he goes about 12 fucking rows back into the back when he's got 4 people around him. Dale Southwell definitely loves to shoot the ball. So we are at 37 minutes. Southwell also has 12 goals and no assists, so that basically tells you he's a ball hog. So 43 minutes have gone by. Daveford FC with 55% possession. Byron Lawrence gets the yellow card right before the half, and we are starting the second half. Daveford FC making no changes. Cambridge University with the ball. Newton in the middle to Barry, and we will wait for a key play, which there it is. Stolen by Daveford FC. Arango gets it over to Bell Baggy. Baggy gets it into Arango to Lewis. Whoa, nice move. Southwell wide open, lobs it over the keeper for his 13th goal of the year, and that puts Daveford FC up on top, 1-0. They are at the dungeon. 57 minutes have gone by in the game, folks. 57% possession. Our yellow card magnet, Tom Gardner, gets his. Key play. Looks like Cambridge University is driving the ball. Looks like Gardner's picked up a steal. Southwell on the right-hand side. The crowd is cheering in the background. Edgar steals it from Southwell, kicks it out, and it looks like a Daveford FC great hustle. Arango's got it in the middle, gets it in, gives it away to Revel, to Barry. Oh, wide open for Abika. Can he capitalize? No, Horton blocks it twice. Nice blocks by Horton. Horton is on fire today with a 7.3 rating, guys. We are at the 70-minute mark. We are going to go ahead and check out a couple substitutions, possibly. Oh wow! Actually, we're going to go ahead and make a make a substitution. Yeah, this is my first time playing. So about 3 more minutes had ticked off, and I'm going, what the heck? Let's see who's having a bad game. Actually, really nobody's having too bad of a game. But we will go ahead and pull out Liam Slade. We'll put Rod McDonald. He's just a pure center defender. We'll put him in. Arango, he's not having the best game. Neither is Bell Baggy. Cameron Gale, they're really actually, our offense is having some problems. So we're going to go ahead and sub out. Actually, I'm going to save Anthony Cook just in case Southwell gets hurt. I can't I can't replace him. So let's go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and just switch out Liam Slade, and then we'll go ahead and pull out Ron Gardner, Tom Gardner. We'll put in Fraser Franks in the middle. So a couple subs just in case Gardner wanted to get another yellow. So. All right, so it looks like Southwell's offside. We're at the 84-minute mark. Can Daveford FC hold on in the first round of the FA Cup? We have 3 extra minutes. Key play for Daveford FC. They're pushing it up. It looks like time is about to expire, and full time is over. 3 minutes of extra time over. Daveford FC denies all of the pundits' ideologies and all of their predictions, and Daveford FC holds off for a very close 1-0 result at the Dungeon. So very nice. Let's take a look at the post-match analysis stats. Daveford FC with 57% of the possession. We only had 3 shots on target for 1 goal, and Cambridge had 5 with nothing. Let's see. Looks like player of the match. Very nice. Stuart Lewis with the player of the match, 8.4 rating. We had 3 bookings. We had 3 yellow cards. Not too bad. Pretty good performance by Daveford FC. We had a very, very, very tough team in Cambridge University. They are in 2nd place behind us in the Skybet 2 league. So our next game is in several days. We are going to be playing our Johnstone quarterfinal match. So we're going to go ahead, get that fired up, and I'll see you guys at the lineup screen. Okay, guys, so a couple days have gone by. The team is rested. We are fixing to have our Johnstone quarterfinal game. A couple important pieces of news have come up between those 2 days, and it looks like we have set a new gate receipt record, which the gate receipts of $70,000 versus our FA Cup round, first round against Cambridge University, was the highest it ever was before. And it's $5,000 more than we had last year in our 3rd round FA Cup game last year. So really good. That's a good sign, especially seeing that we only have like a 4,098 seat stadium. And next year when our new stadium opens, it's going to be a almost 7,100 seat stadium with the possibility to, upgrade it and, expand it to 45,000 seats. So it's really looking good. I was really worried about doubling the size of the stadium, but I really think that it could possibly be close to filling up every game. And that can only be a good thing because it's really going to help us get more money to buy better players. I mean, that's the whole name of the game, guys, is putting asses in those seats. And as long as the team is doing good, we really shouldn't have a problem. So hopefully, we can continue to do well in Skybet 2 and Skybet 1. So anyways, Newgate's receipt record, which is really nice. The FA Cup second round draw, we are going to have to play a Skybet 1 team. We're going to have to play either Scunthorpe or Swindon. They had a tie. They were going to have to do a replay. So we will have to play either Scunthorpe or Swindon. When they do the draw, I'll let you guys know who we're going to have to play in the second round of the FA Cup. So our lineup for today's Johnstone's paint game. We are going to probably go ahead and switch things back to a 4-4-2. Sheringham, and hats off to our medical staff. They are on top of things. And I mean, we have the best physios in the league. We have the best medical team. We have the best scouting. I mean, our scouts have done amazing finding us players. And we have all of the best training in the league. So we are actually in really good shape. And I think that goes to contribute as to why the team is doing so well. I mean, our fitness is just unbelievable. Our injuries are way down because of our fitness is so good. And honestly, guys, I couldn't be happy. This is literally, guys, this is the best save that I've ever had playing a lower league team. I mean, it's just, it's amazing. So Sheringham, a couple weeks ago, he was hurt. And he was supposed to be out 5 to 6 weeks. It's only been 3 weeks and he's already back. It's been a little over 3 weeks, and our medical staff said that he's able to play 60 minutes today. So his condition isn't up to 100%, so he's definitely still a little tired, but I am going to take a chance and play him because we lost John Arango again because he's got international duty with the Colombia under-20 team. And they're really using John Arango a lot. They're using him for the national team and they're using him for the under-20 team. So they're using him for both, which is really, hell, he's like the best midfielder in Colombia. He's probably going to be, over time, he's going to be one of probably the best midfielders in the world. And he's that good. So, anyways, we're changing the tactic back to 4-4-2 today. We're going to keep the same back line. We're going to keep Horton in the box. He had an amazing game last time. He had quite a few blocks. He really won the game for us. Horton did, and now you can see, his rating has gone up. He was a 4-star potential goalie. He is now a 4.5-star potential goalie. That is like very rare for a goalie from what I've seen. And he's only 23. So Charlie Horton, guys, pick him up in your save. If you need a goalie, pick up the American. You'll pay about $130,000 for him. He's a steal. All right, so on the right-hand side, we're going to be running Gale. In the middle, no-brainer, Gardner and Slade. On the left, we're going to be running our loanee, Williams, our left back on loan. We are going to be running in the middle. We're going to be running Lewis and Lawrence again. On the right-hand side, we're going with Bell Baggy. On the left, we're going with the hot hand of Cameron. Up front, we're going to be playing Southwell in the striker role. And in the deep-lying forward, we're going to be running Charlie Sheringham. He's only going to get 60 minutes, and then I'm going to pull him off. And our bench for today's game, we've got Legs. He's our backup goalie. Our backup defenders are Fraser Franks, Callum Driver, Rod McDonald, Lewis Montrose, our backup midfielder. Our backup winger / striker, Anthony Cook, he's going to be hanging out. He's basically going to be taking it over for Sheringham. So if we have any problems on the midfield, I'll pull in Montrose, and then I'll switch Lawrence over to the flank because Lawrence can play both flanks as well. So, and we still have Matty Taylor. He's on injury. He's only going to be on injury for about another 6 to 10 days, and hopefully within the next day or two, Sheringham, he's going to be back to normal, and he's going to be able to be back to full regiments and training. So that's going to be a good thing. All right, guys, that's today's lineup. Let's go ahead and hit the pitch. Okay, guys, so both the teams have warmed up. They've taken the pitch. The pundits predict that Daveford FC will win whole-handedly and actually win by quite a bit. So hopefully we can take advantage of being at Newport County and take advantage of their 13th place position in Skybet 2. So Let's see. First off, Daveford FC has the ball. Lawrence gets it over to Belbaggy on the right. Belbaggy is pushing it forward. He's going to try to wing it in. Ooh, nice block by Odawill there. Takes Belbaggy down. Looks like Daveford FC has about 75% possession. Liam Slade with a yellow card 3 minutes into the game. Great job. Key play for, looks like Newport County. Dyson, McQueen. McQueen is trying to get it into Byrne. Byrne gets it over to Ottawill, into the box, and McBurney off the top bar. And Daveford FC kicks it out. Gardner gets it out. So we're at about the 15-minute mark. Daveford FC has 51% possession. And, ooh, nice steal. Sheringham pushing it up to the field, slowing it down, getting it over to Slade. Back over to Gale on the right. Gale getting it into Sheringham. To Lawrence, and a nice steal by Byrne. To McBurney, and the McQueen wide open net. Daveford FC, ooh, thank goodness that the Newport County players can't shoot it and they hit the side of the net. No wonder why they're in fucking 13th place. Lawrence with a key play for Daveford FC. Gardner gets it back out to Lawrence. Lawrence chips it in, and there it is, the first goal of the game by Stuart Lewis. His first goal of the season. Daveford FC takes a 0-1 lead at the 37-minute mark. Key play for Newport. And they kick the side of the net again. Keep kicking the side of the net, guys. Nasha with a corner. And it is headed out by Daveford FC. Dyson's got it. Nice tackle by Lawrence. Lawrence gets the ball, and he gets it back to good old Horton. Horton is kind of walking it up, taking his time. Gets it back out to Gale. Gale gets it up to Belbaggy. And we are with a key play with Daveford FC. Gale throws it in right to Nasha. What are you doing, Gale? Oh, he kicked it right back to Gale. So nice. Gale gets it to Southwell and to Cameron. Cameron shoots it, and it's off of Day's chest. Lawrence with a corner, and Newport County gets it out. Southwell gets a nice hustle. Gale gets in. Gale runs over. Nice hustle by Gale getting it before it goes out. And we are at the halftime mark where Newport County is down at home, 0-1, and this is a very important game for both sides. It is the quarterfinals of the Johnstone Paint Trophy. So we are going to go ahead and start the second half. Newport County will have the ball to start the half, and Hughes gets it over to Ottawill, and we are at the 51-minute mark. Daveford has 53% possession. The game is up to about the 65-minute mark, 66-minute mark. The coach of Daveford FC, Dave Mexico, having a couple players come in. It looks like Charlie Sheringham is going to come out of the game, and let's see who's going to go in. Oh wow, that is not good because we could only have 5 players in the Johnstone Paint Trophy game, and my Anthony Cook is in the bench somewhere, so I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I'll just put in Montrose. As this is all I can do, but I have to get Sheringham out. If I don't get Sheringham out, he's gonna get hurt, and I can't afford that again. So that was a botch on my part. Good coaching, very good coaching. We're gonna go ahead and put Fraser Franks in, and we are gonna save our last. So I'm gonna basically run Montrose up as a deep line. Shouldn't be too rough on us. We've got about 85 minutes gone. Looks like a key play for... Oh, no, Newport County. Right past the fucking defense. Oh, the goal is disallowed! The ref has his flag up! The Newport players are going over and getting into his face. I'm sure there will be some fines assessed. Daveford FC with the ball. And it looks like Daveford FC escaped a tragic late minute equalizer by Newport. Wow, the players are still on the sideline judge even after the game. Holy cow, boy, did we get lucky on that. I didn't think it was offside, but we'll have to see. Whew. We are going, guys. We survived. You know, actually, we had a bad game. I mean, sure, it's a great win. We got past the quarterfinals in the Johnstone Paint, Trophy tournament, but still, this is a 13th ranked team in our league. We should be putting this game away pretty easily, and we just didn't do that. Granted, yes, we were at Newport County Stadium, but we still should have had a better outing than what we actually did. So the player of the match is Byron Lawrence, Daveford FC with 56%. There was one yellow card 3 minutes into the game. Liam Slade actually was in the first minute of the game. So I guess Slade was just trying to set the tone for the game. So great game. I'm happy. I mean, we're moving on. All right, everybody. So it's pretty much the beginning of December now. I've played about another month worth of games, and we know who we're going to be playing in the second round of the FA Cup. Swindon Town beats Scunthorpe, so we're going to be playing them. They are a Skybet 1 team. That will be December 2nd, 2017. That will be the beginning of next video. Also, I'd like to show you, we got another Horton progress report. He is now literally a 4.5 star rated goalie, and that's his max potential. His current potential is 4. So he is basically our second best player on the team. It's amazing. Charlie Horton was really expensive at $135,000, but man, is that not paying off for us? He's young. He's like 23 years old. We're going to have him for 10, 12 years, 10, 12, 15 years. I mean, it's going to be good. Hopefully he can continue to progress and keep the same intensity up until we can get the Premier League in the next years, but we will eventually get to the Premier League. Now, we also know who we're going to be playing for the semi-final draw for the Johnstone's Paint Trophy, and look who it is. Yours truly is playing Swindon Town again for that game, and that game is just 4 days later, and look at that. We're going to have to play Swindon Town at their place on December 2nd for the FA Cup second round and the Johnstone's Paint Trophy semi-final match 4 days later on December 6th. Wow, what luck. I wonder how many times that's happened in English football. So let's go ahead and take at the finances for the end of this video. We lost basically $132,000 this month. It could be a lot worse, but we're really waiting on our new stadium. I mean, I can't stress that enough. Hopefully we can put enough asses in the seats to make up for our new staff payroll, which is literally killing us. Our staff payroll is about $70,000 a month, which it was almost, I think it was $18,000 a month last year. But I mean, guys, look what we're paying for. We have the best medical department, we have the best scouting, and we have the best coaching team. So I mean, we are number 1 in Skybet 2 all the way across the board. And we can actually add more scouts and more coaches. I have a full 18 coaching staff now too. I have a head coach, an assistant coach, and a coach for them. And I also have a physio for the 18 team. And I also have just a head coach for the 21 team. But the 21 team is doing great. They're sitting in 5th place in their group, which is Group 5. The under 18s team, they are in 1st place in Group 4 for the under 18s, and they actually were just unfortunately ousted out of like the 3rd or 4th round of the U18 Cup. So how are we looking for our progress on the stadium? We have about 7 months left on the stadium, and that can't come fast enough. So we'll have the stadium next year. I can't wait. So our improved training facilities, we've got about 2 weeks left to go on that. So we now have a very nice facilities going on. We have good youth facilities now. They were just upgraded. Our average training facility should go to good, I think, and then our corporate will stay average, and then we have a youth level of 3. Hopefully in the off season that will go down to a 2, because we did apply for a better youth level. So hopefully we've met all the requirements. We've got a really well-known youth coordinator now. We have a whole U18 coaching staff. So I'm hoping that rating will go down to a 2. So, all right. So let's take a look at the schedule that we've had the last couple of games, we had, since our quarterfinal game, our win over Newport County, we had a home game on November 11th versus Chesterfield. We won 2-0. It was at home at the Dungeon. It was brown bag night. We had 2 yellow cards, 3 yellow cards: Cameron Gale, Byron Lawrence, Courtney Cameron. The player of the match was Courtney Cameron, and we had 52% possession. Sheringham and Southwell had the goals. Courtney Cameron had an assist. A few days later, on November 18th, we played Newport County, which we had just beat Newport County in the quarterfinal of the Johnstone Paint Trophy. This was actually an away game yet again, and we tied 0-0. It was a very boring game. 3 yellow cards: Garner, Franks, and Belbaggy. Ratings were pretty horrible. And the final game that we had was on November 25th, and we played York, which York is probably going to get relegated this year. They're going to get booted back down to semi-professional status. We beat York pretty easily, 3-0. Courtney Cameron, he was the player of the match. He had 2 goals. Southwell had a goal. Williams had an assist. Sheringham had an assist. And it was just a totally dominated game by us. We had 55% possession. All right, guys, so where does this leave Daveford FC on the Skybet 2 league table? Well, unfortunately, we've dropped down to 2nd place. We have now been overtaken. The top spot has been overtaken by Cambridge University. Like I said, they've had a hot hand lately. They've really came out of nowhere, and they are sitting on the top of the table at 41 points. Daveford FC does have 40. And as long as we finish in the top 3 spots, I'm fine, because that's pretty much auto promotion. I just don't want to. I don't want to finish in 4th to 7th, because I don't want to have a playoff. I'm just leery of those playoffs. So if we can just stay 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, we'll be happy. So, all right, everybody, that's it for This Is Daveford FC. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please feel free to thumbs up the video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And until next time, everybody keep kicking your balls around.